Hey, it's Alex here from Blue Lightning Software. I'm going through this Questmaster's Realm code. I'm replacing part of the character controller with a dots job system part. That involved in a previous video with converting to structs. You can only really pass in structs to these jobs. Structs are like floats or special types, you know. You can't pass in objects, you can't pass in vectors really. I mean, it has to be, call it job safe, burst compile, acceptable kind of inputs. That, you know, it's not accessing the outside world in any way, so struct's fine, you know, because a struct, whenever you pass it to anything, it's going to copy itself rather than pass a reference. So that's why it's all converted to struct. All the data with the character data. I did make a stream of this earlier, but it's like I kind of do some of this stuff, particularly in the morning. It's like 20 minutes or something of converting some of this. But I've got it now as the kinematic controller rather than having a load of publics. If you use these accesses, they're no longer visible. It's not a serialized field thing, like is that what it is? It's not doing that. I don't think even that brings it out. It's because you got these get and sets, it no longer is visible. This is a better way to do it anyway. And then where these are used in code, these ones of the public variables for the kinematic controller, these ones are the ones accessed in code, mostly to set, actually, not to get. This one has a get, the value is read somewhere, but mostly they are set by the code for these ones. Even gravity actually is changed somewhere. It's kind of switched off between zones, so the character doesn't free fall with no floor, that kind of thing. That's where the gravity is actually set. The drag. These ones are very static. I'll never change these, but you could do by changing the character data now. So made this system serializable. The point being, any kind of singleton, right? This one is actually called singleton. This right. If I was going to say anything in Unity, I would say this is your best pattern. All right, the best design pattern for Unity ever is to have these singletons where you just have an instance of itself, and I've got tons of these. This is just one example, the one that is actually called a singleton, and because they are client server, because QMR, Questmaster's Realm, is an MMO game, it has a server and a client. I know that if it's set in a wake like this, and this is switched on in the scene, the start scene, for both client and server, then an instance of this will exist. Yeah, it will be created on a wake. There's going to be something else not here actually. What I can do is add to this a character data. Now the thing is, most of these are the same, right? Any differences are either added later programmatically, like player stats based stuff or whatever, but just getting the coffee going. Yeah, most of it will be a default. So it's actually kind of dumb. It's not dumb. It's not dumb that they all have one, because they can change. But honestly, the NPCs, and it does give you the flexibility to change them. So we're going to take this default. We just created a default here. And what that will appear as, any minute now, that will appear as, because of this line, if you're not familiar, this system serializable means that now we can edit this in the editor for that object. Yeah, because we added a public one there. And because it's system serializable struct. Oh, come on, take forever. I sometimes worry if it hasn't got focus. Unity stops doing stuff. Default character data is now like this. Right? And there used to be one of these. There now will be one of these on every character. Okay, so you have the option to override it. I mean, technically, okay, the way I'm doing this, possibly better is just to have a get, and it's not public anymore. Does that even just work like that? Not really. Oh, it's get private set, doesn't it? This will stop it appearing on. Do those need a thing on the end? What's up with that? It doesn't like anything now. Character data. Oh, public could not. Oh wow, did you ever think of that? No. That's crazy, isn't it? That's saying that you can't set the public. So that would not compile either. Is that what it's saying? No. That would be fine. What actually was wrong with that? What is no longer a variable? Wow, that's messing with my. I have to think about this. Yeah, alright. What does that look like? Such a pain. That's not still what's going on there. Alright, I don't must have that, and have one of these. Or, pardon me, it's taking ages now. What I would do. It's just me being a bit weird about how these have to be. I mean, to know that's private, I'd set that like that, create a private one. What a pain. Alright, so that's there for the purpose of the job is going to later use this. You can no longer set this as a public character data anywhere outside of this default. Okay, so we've got the default. I have to type this in. The trouble with the struct, you can't create default data. I have to type these in. Max stable is usually 7. What are these 10s or 15s? 15. That's interesting. That's like the acceleration speed. Saying 7 is not. I can change all these later. Alright, so air acceleration 15, max move speed 7, jump up speed. Oh no, completely forgotten what they say 10. Alright, 10, no, that should be 7. Well, this means he played those games where you can jump quicker than you can walk. This is an example. This is where this is set. Dodge speed factor was 4. That's not. It's a factor. This one is not. These are actual speeds. It's like meter per second or whatever it is. Orientation sharpness. Probably 10. 8. It says 8. Okay. So that's how quickly it rotates. Gravity minus 30. I can't remember what drag. I think drag was 0.1. I don't know why it's even got drag, but it has. So these are like the basic. All MPs kind of start with this in players also, and it's influenced by stats and skill set. In this example, you can accelerate more in air. Jump up speed, you jump up quicker, but forward speed of jump. Okay, I mean that's fine, I'll change that later. But now we have a default. What I was thinking was that instead of awake, within these character controllers, the reason it's not going in awake is with these singleton patterns. Because the singleton instance was created in an awake, we cannot be certain which the order of creation of these things. We don't know which awake ran first, so it's best to do it in start, which is post all the awakes. So this pattern of the singleton, the instance was set, okay, and after all the awakes we start, we then can access the singleton instance and get the default character data. So it's now set to default, a default struct of character data. We've got accesses to the bits we change in code. This will all compile. We'll re-import that. So now we've just got to finish the job. We did the bit for rotation. There's going to be an output, okay, for each of these, which will be read only. So we've got an output, character output, character job output. Sounds right. Which will just consist of these: velocity and rotation. And then we can create a ride only. If you're familiar with the job pattern. Oops. So for each of those, it's going to take these inputs and it's going to calculate an output. I'm still not sure it was clever to create 3 of these. We have to dispose of them after the job. There's a bit of overhead, but the fact is it's just like creating 1 or 2 more native arrays. It's not the end of the world, and then it loops them. So we'll probably be all right. This is a bit fiddly remembering which one of them it is by their names. If you watched the previous video. what we're replacing now, we did the rotation, now we're going to replace the velocity changing. I might need to grab some more coffee. Hold on. Luminous. Okay, so this is just a bit more of an example of the nitty-gritty of converting existing non-jobs burst compatible code to a job system job. I'm finding is just copying it in is a good start, as it was. See, it doesn't know any of this, but it knows that everything has been converted to the input structs, the job data, move data, and character data. So we've got all of this. That's part of the job data. Is stable ground. They've probably got all the same names. No. What was different about it? Is it just an underscore? Come on, yeah. Current velocity magnitude is part of the job data, I think. Yes, again, job data. This doesn't make sense because, or does it? Okay, so here we go. Unity mathematics math 132 LERP and all this kind of stuff. Can't find that. Right, so what we're doing, a magnitude. Oh, come on, it doesn't have a magnitude. Is that length? No. It's magnitude at length now. Really should have done my homework. Math.length, yeah. Okay. Do you know there's you should read to the bottom of these because there was something I put in the notes, the description of yesterday's one. This thing, don't use that all math.all because it's it would work actually on an equals, but the way we did it, it's not equal to. Everything on this function math.all was going through each part of the float 1, 2, and 3 and comparing them. So this is the way to equals a float to another float 3 called a vector there. Okay, just a note from yesterday, it's just a fine point of the conversion. So what we're saying is that replaces magnitude. Is math.length function, job data, ground normal. That's a float 3. It shouldn't be vector 3s in this anymore. God, it's not underscored. Okay, current velocity. Do you know what it's doing? It's riding all over the existing current velocity. Okay, and it's passing itself in. So if we just had this, that's how it's working. All right, whoops. Wow, that's going to be a mess. Let's make this difference. It's now overriding it in various places. Okay. Get dog. This one we're going to lift everything out. Okay, this motor call is to how was that passed in? It was the vector 3. The velocity was, which was velocity? The velocity was the first thing in, and the second was the ground normal. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, this, to replace this function, that was the direction. Alright, and the second thing was the surface normal. Where does the surface normal come in? Do we create a surface normal somewhere? Where did surface normal come from? Well, surface normal was the second thing passed in, the effective ground normal created here. Okay, it's that. And then we have move data. No, it's job data. Character up is job data up. Yeah, no, I think this could be a really boring stream. It's not return. Return was setting current velocity to this. I think that's P on the button. So it's using vector 3 crosses, but that's replaced that now. Oh no, it hasn't, because it was times. I can remember to do that afterwards. That's loosely what it was saying with this. Loosely, it should be spot on, but let's see, we've got vector 3 crosses are now something else. Just math cross. It's no longer vector 3, it's float 3, so all vectors need to be crossed, converted. Dog's bonkers. Bonkers dog. Where's little c's as well? This would be a pain. Do you notice the little first letter in the burst stuff? Normalize, that's probably something else. I think it's just going to be normalize. So it's not, because it's math normalize. So it would be math. Oh dear, someone getting too much. Let's hope it's okay. I can see this all going to go wrong. There's a lot going on, but it's just this bit is converting vector math to job burst compile math, and that hopefully just works. All right. Go as fast here. So that has replaced that. Believe it or not, is replacing that. This is now float 3 because it's declaring variables whenever it's declared. So fiddly having to do that little C there. Job data up again. Move input is move data. Yep. Just keep banging through this. Very similar function. This. I mean, I'm not even really looking at what it's doing, but I can see the theme. And I could have just jammed that on the end, except that's move data. It was probably the case with this as well, actually, that it didn't need that second line. It could have just been that, kind of as it was in the original. Magnitude. All right, so that's a math length again. They're not like neat things that stick on the end, like with the basic Unity. It's kind of, you know, they're all math functions. Last one on that bit. Arg times max stable movement speed is part of the data. Yep. Vector 3 loop. Wow, look at that one. All right, math.lerp. Thank God it's got all these functions though. Probably the same. It's just hope it's exactly the same. It's not, but because this stuff at the end, like what is that? That's minus data dot times delta time. Delta time came from somewhere. Yeah, that's passed into the jobs because it's the same for all the jobs in this parallel set. Okay, that's done. Math F, that's not right, is it? I bet it's little e and it exists. Great. Just to make sure it's burst, it has to be that math, little m. Do we need the comment just in case? I don't look at these much anyway. So, yeah. It worked, right? I would have to in the detail if it stops working. If it's not on stable ground, it does this. This is most of it, actually. Once we've done this is most of it. Square magnitude. Is that length times length? Oh no, square. Oh gosh. What is square magnitude in burst? Square. Just tell me, fella. Math.length. Hold on. What do you say? Square. That's the same as the last one. What's square magnitude? Come on, someone knows what square magnitude is. Doesn't tell me it's got to be length times length. I'm stupid. Length square. How fantastic. Great. So there we go, length square. Whoops. Again, actually, for these, I would say this has got to be quicker to just do. I probably got this wrong in some weird way. So it's not very similar to the other one. If this is the same, don't bother. It's not. Yeah, that's what it was saying. Float 3. Data. Flight 3. Project, there is a project. Just get used to whatever notation you've put in. If length, so magnitude length. Float 3. Clamp magnitude. Oh, but it's clamp. Yeah, just clamp. That's got to be it. I'm not even going to check these. It just works. Doesn't like it. What is it? What's up with that? Clamp. Oh god, what's mathlib clamp doing then? So it's got the interval lower and upper post the value. This works on ints, uints, longs, floats. So it's the first thing, the thing to clamp, and then the two clamp things. What was it previously? What was this clamp magnitude? Must. That's not very good. I mean, what's it saying? Minus infinity or something? Oh no, because it's see, this one rubbish at maths comes in. It was new total equals understanding the math here, but it could be like everything's going wrong. It's that line. Doesn't matter. A dot. What was the other project? Project safe. probably what we should use. So like normalize. This is math dot normalize. Data. Job data. This one. Underscore current velocity. It's getting kind of simple now. What do we call this? We change it to current velocity like this. Float 3. Oh wow, it's a cross. Here we go. Let's not lose it. I hate debugging this kind of stuff if it goes wrong. I just throw it all in the bin. I know. Oh god, no, he's pressing his out. There we go. Okay. Can't believe I even have drag on these. Okay, so that's most of it. That's without the jumps. That's in burst compilable. Now the stuff with the jumps, right? I'm slightly changing the way that jump request. This actually is largely what's going in is coming out. So we'll start with the jump. Let's do the jump on its own. That was post that bit. Yeah, so if jump requested, where was jump requested? Move data. Job data. Whoa. Forgot to change the vector to a float 3. Now this bit, this is just giving comments out. What we're going to do afterwards, post all of this, is the stuff dealing with this. What I'm a bit worried about, alright, so it's forced on ground. The thing is saying you've started jumping. Yeah, no, it's just timers and just saying that that's happened. It doesn't affect any of the calculation. Post that, immediately post that. I hear. So fine, we just carry on. It's really easy once you get into it, actually. It's got a simple conversion. Okay, none of this. It's all gone. It's been dealt with later. I just can't remember to deal with that on this. A separate place. I'd love to show you this all working, but might have to take a few minutes. 10-hour debug to work out what happened. Does it? What did I call it? Why did I call it that? Why didn't I use my notation inside that? I think I was messing around a bit too quick the other day. I would always call it that, and I'd always call it that. That's going to break it elsewhere. It's going to break it in here. Just these two bits. Move data back to whole classic. The job data up. It's not that, it's data. It's data dot. Didn't like something, what happened? Float 3. Okay, we don't use this anymore. Stuff. What's it called? All this. I'll be dealt with elsewhere. Do you know what? They're not actually 100% exclusive dodge and jumps at the moment. So it's not an else. I think that kind of helps. That's a bit more of what was towards the end of the previous stream. How do I lose a bracket? Because I didn't have a bracket on that. Alright, that's most of it. That's practically all of that update velocity. So we got the jobs done. The only bit now is to set the outputs. Job output. Now the rotation could have been set here. Remember, these are all indexed, and don't create a new struct to reference these. It has to set it here equals. In fact, I mean, just be on the safe side. I'm confused sometimes. Do it at the end. vector job output. What's that? Okay. Whatever came out of this rotation. I didn't actually set that like the current velocity. Output dot velocity equals current velocity, and then load this output into the output array. That's it, the output's loaded, it's good. So, I mean, hopefully if all of that was correctly done, properly done, I didn't make a mistake. Math dot. I get the feeling it might actually, they might work, alright, but they won't be burst compiled if you do things like that. Vector 3, oh wow, this, who did this? This was the one I did last night before I was thinking. I got the vector equals and forgot everything else. Schloppies. Oh god, it's a quaternion. It is a quaternion. Oh wow. No, it's not actually. It's an input direction. It's a float 3. Slurp. Oh, because this kind of slurp expects a... I'm not sure that's going to work. What was it previously? Because that was slurp, okay. Vector 3 slurp. Their slurp only works on quaternions. Does that exist in math? Oh, that's going to mess up. Sugar. Dang, that's gonna not work. Oh, so that's even working. Why has it got quaternion look rotation? What a pain. That's actually going to need a bit of thought. That might take me a minute. I think it's sad if I don't throw that into the job, because it would obviously help. I mean, it's 2 lines actually, alright, that's kind of like the break even, but given that there's a job being made, it's got to be quicker. No. And then it was using like a look rotation. Oh wow, some functions of quaternion itself. Let's see about that. That returns a quaternion, does it? Yeah. Alright, so we're part way there. We've just not got this slurp. We've not got this smooth slurp, which is going to be totally wrong if we lerped it. Ooh. Float 3 slurp is what we're looking for. No chance. I won't be there forever trying to work this out. Actually, I might, I might end the stream, do a bit of research, and come back with this. What was that one where someone said what exactly does vector 3 slurp do? Oh god, it does all that. that's the Unity C++ for slurp over vector 3. That is, and that's for quaternion slurp. I apologise, vector 3 slurp is this. Alright, so, oh well, come on, float 3 slurp. Someone's got it. Where's float 3 slurp? Splines. Oh my god, so if I had splines it would do this. The fuck? I've got Unity splines. So it's just making a thing too long. I don't even have splines, Unity splines. But you're telling me that's honestly, that's not even going to be burst, is it? Still got the vector 3 slurp just in case. If you want to type that in, what's multiply points 3D, where's that then? I think we're going to go very, very far with that. Stupid idea. Slurp, float 3. Somebody's done it somewhere. There's a couple of ways we could do it there. Let's go back to it. I might get more creative. I might just avoid doing that slurp on that. How about we create a quaternion quad look? That is just this looking towards this. So crappy, but Do you know what? I'm just going to budget him like this for a minute, just so I've got something. I'll come back to this, honestly. I'll change it all. I can just do math slurp like this. I mean, that's what I was trying to do anyway. I was trying to go from forward to look with a slurp, right? Normalized, and then math normalize it. For whatever reason, normalized changes that. One more bracket. Okay, that's probably will work. Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to say. I don't know if that's taking too long, because I did 2 look rotations when I could have been doing vector 3 slurps. Do you know what I mean? All that probably took longer anyway. What was that doing? That's probably some weird stuff. It might be more optimized to just do that. I think that's what it's saying. It's saying quite forward. I may have messed up perfectly. Oh, we'll see what that looks like and come back to it if it's all wrong. But what that means is this current rotation is pretty good now. It's all in burst. What could go wrong? That looks fine for now. I mean, yeah, we'll come back and check it all, see how it looks. I should about the delay there. So there's probably a really simple one-liner somewhere to fix that. So this is now defunct, redundant code. It's broken anyway now, the way we've disconnected it all. So we're going back to the motor, to the point where we were going to put job. We're going to put the job in. Oh, God. No, because in the character system, that's right. So in the character system, we had a point where we were going to put this in. Inject our motors here. So it's along the lines of creating a native array, like the ones used in the job. What's wrong with that? And of course, these are in my namespace project X11. Yeah, here we go. I can't even remember how to declare these. Hold on. Allocator. Oops, I want a big one. I want a big A. Job temp job. These are actually going to be temp because it's going to insist that we do these frame. There's nothing painful about this. How that frees up on Slurp, it was probably quicker than it's looking now. Yep. So we create a new job. I can't even remember how to do these. Character job. Gosh. It's making silly noises. Sorry, it's not really talking it through very well. Yeah, loading up the job now. So watch and learn this one. Watch and learn how to cock it up, probably. That was the conversion. As we come to the end of the conversion now. And it's something like car.job.execute. No, schedule, right? We're going to schedule it. Oh, I'm so thick. I'll probably have to go and look at our test one. I'm just going to look at this for a bit of confidence on the stuff I was testing, the job system stuff. I'll just do it exactly like this. I'll get a quick coffee. Back 1 second. Yeah, the coffee's gone cold, so we know that this took too long. Jesus, if I knew it was going to take this long, I would have just guessed it. Oh yeah, that was the number I remember anyway, don't worry. It's that basically. What I need to test, what I should test, I'm pretty sure, right, because it is a parallel for job, I almost can do this, yeah. Oh yeah, I need a job handle. I can remember it. Yeah, that's how you do the job handle. Right. If you did this on a one job, a standard one job, it would not thread. What I'm saying is because we schedule the job and immediately we complete it. What I'm trying to say is that because it's a parallel 4 job, that I can schedule it and complete it straight afterwards, and it will parallelize. It will multi-thread, it will split out the worker threads in batches of 32. Let's make that less because there might not be that many characters. At 1, what it means is assign one of these to every thread, 2 or 4, whatever, however many characters there are. I guess it's only there for when it's stressed and there's loads of them. I mean, kind of the way this worked, the job method, I think it tested what I'm saying is that the access array, no, not that way, that was the evil way, else if you use access array way was wrong. We're not using that. Complexio job was a job schedule repeat number. After this, okay, in the test code, it evoked it, it set a time. The next thing it did, practically the next line was job handle complete, and that definitely threads in that example because it's a parallel 4 job. Okay, I don't think if I need to put a 1 assignment and call a thing and that stops it being the second line's complete, I think that would definitely thread, actually, looking at that. I'm not sure why I opened that end. So technically, yeah, this should work. I hate to steal the moment of truth, but given the way I have to rig up everything else, I have to put this on a server and client to get this running. I'm going to leave it there, but this loosely, what we're suggesting is the installation of the job system to this character controller. I'll come back to it with the results and check and test and everything in a while. Okay.